Hey, Yankees fans. October has arrived, and with it come news that could change the course of the team in surprising ways. We have a first story showing the challenges faced in the playoffs and the obstacles weighing on the team, and a second one discussing a potential big trade that could strengthen the rotation for the next season. If you want to follow everything closely and stay updated on every detail from Bronx, go ahead and leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Story 1 * hello. Yankees Nation, or rather, to those who still believe in the magic of the Bronx in October. We are back in the postseason, and once again, the story seems cruel for Aaron Judge and his team. It's 2025, it's October, and for the 8th time in 9 full seasons, the Yankees are on the brink of another early elimination from a World Series. After a devastating 13-7 loss to the Toronto Blue Jays, the Yankees return home facing a harsh reality. They are down 2-0 in the American League Division Series, a best-of-5 series. And the statistics are not on their side. In 35 cases in history, teams that lost the first 2 road games of an ALDS, only 3 managed to come back, including the 2017 Yankees, with Judge on the field. Judge spoke to reporters on Sunday, trying to keep morale high. We have guys here who have been to the World Series, gone through tough times, been backed into a corner all season. So we just need to show up and do our job. Motivating words, no doubt. But the reality on the field has been much harsher than any pep talk. Historically, Judge has always struggled in the postseason. This year, in 5 games, he has 8 hits and 18 at-bats. But here's the cruel detail. Only one of those hits was extra base. A single double in the 8th inning during a 10-1 loss, despite still playing at a high level. And while criticism often focuses on him, it's not fair to say Judge alone is a problem. The truth is, this Yankees team looks average. Or at least, like a team not built to win a championship in 2025. Look at the pitchers. 23 runs allowed in just 18 innings. Max Fried, the star of the rotation, gave up 7 earned runs. The 5th starter, Will Warren, allowed 6 more in 4 2/3 innings of relief. Giancarlo Stanton, the other major bat, is struggling with a .150 average and a .250 on-base percentage. And Jazz Chisholm at second base is hitting .188. The Yankees have allowed 15 walks and 9 home runs in just 43 innings. In short, the defense doesn't keep up with the offense, and the offense can't hold back the opponent. On the other side, Toronto shows why they are a superior team. Even without all-star Bo Bichette, they capitalize on every error, every opportunity left by the Yankees, and most importantly, they neutralize New York's powerful offense. It's a classic lesson of baseball. Home runs matter, but they don't matter if you can't shut down the opposing lineup in crucial moments. Now, let's talk about Judge, because no one escapes the spotlight. 2-time American League MVP, team captain, the face of the Bronx. But the playoffs have always been his Achilles heel. Yes, there was the error in the 2nd inning of the last game that set up Ernie Clements' 2-run home run. But can we really place the entire weight of elimination on a single player? Judge maintains his efficiency at the plate, even under pressure. 8 hits and 18 chances may not impress, but they are a small light amid a team that fails collectively. He is the reference, the face of the franchise, but not even he can turn around a roster that simply isn't performing at the most decisive moment of the year. And this is where the Yankees' real problem lies. It's not just Judge nor Aaron Boone. The entire team faces strategic limitations, inconsistent pitchers, bats that fail in critical moments, and a roster construction that seems to have lost its way since the end of the Core 4 era. Since 2009, only 1 title, and several missed opportunities in the ALCS against the Houston Astros. It's the story of a giant trying to reinvent itself and time after time, stumbling over the same obstacle, October pressure and lack of competitive depth. It's no coincidence that the burden of defeat falls on central figures. The Yankees' payroll is one of the highest in MLB, but investment doesn't guarantee performance. And when you look at the rotation, bullpen, and defensive efficiency, it becomes clear this team was not optimized for a championship. It's a classic dilemma of a team too big to fail. But that fails exactly when it needs to be great. In a season that began with high expectations, we reach October and find the Yankees facing their biggest dilemma: individual talent versus collective consistency. Judge has done his part, but the team as a whole seems finally to face the harsh reality of its limitations. For the fans, all that remains is hope, because that's what drives New York, believing, even when statistics and history seem to say otherwise. And you Yankees fans, do you think there's still a chance for a comeback in this series? I want to know your opinion. New 2. The Miami Marlins have been one of the main protagonists in MLB trade discussions over the past 2 years. Amid rumors, negotiations, and strategies, the franchise has held on to one of its biggest assets, pitcher Sandy Alcántara. But as in baseball, nothing lasts forever, and it seems that the 2026 offseason could mark Alcántara's departure from Miami. Why trade Alcántara? It's simple. His value as a trade piece exceeds, in many ways, his role as a pitcher on the current roster. He is a former Cy Young Award winner, a true standout in the league, and his ability to impact the market is enormous. For the Marlins, the opportunity to turn this talent into high-level prospects is hard to ignore. One trade idea that recently caught attention came from Zachary Reimer of Bleacher Report. He suggested that Alcántara could go to the New York Yankees in exchange for Jasson Dominguez and the promising pitcher Carlos Lagrange. The proposal carries weight. Dominguez is one of the most promising outfielders in MLB, still young but with potential that could transform Miami's lineup. Lagrange, meanwhile, represents continuity for the rotation, a talent who could become a star in a few years. According to Reimer, not trading Alcántara was one of the biggest surprises of the deadline, but the Yankees were reportedly one of the teams pushing for him at the end. It can now be argued that they should part ways with Alcántara. After all, they should have a strong rotation in 2026, with Garrett Cole healthy, joining Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, and breakout star Cam Schlittler. But here's the interesting point. The Yankees could be opting for an overload in their rotation. Having Alcántara would add yet another elite pitcher to a group that is already highly competitive. Despite still playing at a high level, 2025 strong, with a 2.68 ERA in his last 8 starts, showing he is still at the peak of his career. The lingering question is whether the Yankees will be willing to give up Dominguez. It would be a big sacrifice, no doubt, but perhaps necessary if they want to secure an even more dominant rotation for the coming years. If you were in the Marlins' position, rejecting an offer involving Dominguez would be nearly impossible. The value of a young, talented outfielder, combined with a promising pitcher like Lagrange, could define the franchise's future for years. Alcántara is incredible, but the Marlins are focused on long-term building, and trading a Cy Young winner for pieces that can develop is, strategically, a logical move. Of course, there are nuances. Dominguez still needs to prove himself consistently in MLB, and defense has not always been his strong suit. But his offensive potential and the possibility of shaping his career the right way make him a very valuable asset. For the Yankees, bringing in Alcántara would mean further strengthening the rotation, opening a real window for World Series contention in the coming years. In the end, this potential trade is a story of risk versus reward. Miami would gain high-caliber prospects and long-term chances of success, even while losing an elite pitcher. Meanwhile, the Yankees, by adding Alcántara, would dramatically increase their rotation's firepower, reinforcing their immediate championship ambitions. That's the beauty of trades in MLB. Decisions that mix statistics, projections, and narrative. Who wins in the short term, who builds for the future, and who takes calculated risks to finally lift the trophy. Sandy Alcántara, Jasson Dominguez, and Carlos Lagrange are just the characters in a storyline that promises to shake up the offseason and possibly redefine the future of two franchises. In the end, the question remains, will the Yankees dare make the bold move and pursue Alcántara? And will the Marlins have the courage to part with a former Cy Young winner for prospects who could become stars? The offseason promises to be as thrilling as summer games. So, Yankees fans, what do you think about these two situations? Can the team stage a comeback in the playoffs? Or is it time to think about strengthening the rotation for next season? We want to hear your opinion. Leave your comment below. Tell us how you see the future of the Bronx. And don't forget to leave your like. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any analysis, rumor, or update about your favorite team.